Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and here we have some comic books. Various bits and pieces that I've managed to find. First few bits will be from various charity shops, and later on there'll be some bits from a local comic shop. I'll let you know which is which as we go along. Okay, first of all, I found for £2 in a charity shop, DC Holiday Special 2017. As we can see, 11 festive fables from some of the greatest comic creators. Okay, now I will admit this was picked up for what we have in the back, which is a Neil Adams story, if I believe. Yes, here we go. A Neil Adams Batman story set at Christmas time. It was only £2, so I picked this up. Saw that was in there, and then I did do a quick flick in the shop and had a look through, and there were some various other stories which are not badly drawn and looked quite interesting, so picked those up and thought, yeah, we'll give that a go. They also had DC Universe Rebirth #1. Now, in the past I have managed to pick up some of the trade paperbacks for Wonder Woman, Flash, Superman and Batman for ridiculously cheap prices, and when I see a comic book straight trade paperback for a decent price, I pick them up and see if they're of any interest. This one looks like it sort of covers the start of that storyline and sets up what is happening with regards to, I suppose, a reboot. Been out of comics for a little while in the sense of what DC and Marvel have been doing. So I know there's been various reboots over the last few years, almost a reboot every year almost, or every other year. So I know that was quite a big one they did a few years ago, so picked that up. Looking at the back of it, it also seems to look like it leads into the Doomsday Clock series as well, along the line. So yeah, so that'll be interesting to sort of see how that all gets set up. But £2 again, so thought I'd give that a go. For £3 in a different charity shop, picked up Spider-Man, Spider-Verse Prelude. Don't know if it's going to be good or bad. We'll have a read of it. If it's not any good, then I'll either eBay it or do some other sort of trade about with regards to it, and go from there. Next we have some comic books that I found in my local comic shop, because I now have a local comic shop where I work in Hive in Kent, called Nerd Life. They sell new comic books, they sell back issues, Funko Pop, Pokemon cards. It's quite a joy now to have a actual comic book near to where I am that I can go into and literally actually look at comic books, actually pick them up and see if they are of interest, and actually purchase them on spot, as opposed to sort of taking a gamble, ordering online, or going in as a blind buy type of thing. They had some recent back issues come in a collection. Something I've been doing recently is picking up and replacing where I had them before a lot of the anniversary issues, not the 100 issues, 200 issues, 300 issues of various characters, just to sort of have those. The anniversary issues are always fun. They usually have some form of retelling of the origin or something like that from a different perspective. Excuse me. So saw that there, so I thought I'd pick that up and put that in with the rest, have a read of it at some point and pop it into the collection. Then found a more modern comic, what we've got, 2021 Midnighter Annual, Obviously Midnighter, he started way back in the Authority series, and then he's progressed and had his own run of comic books. I do have a trade paperback collection of his later stories, but I'm not too sure if the annual is printed in it, so I thought, I'm there, I'll take a gamble, the comic's in front of me, I'll pick it up for a few pounds and go from there. If I've got it, I can always trade it in somewhere else, or pop it on eBay or something like that, and go from there. The first one I actually saw, which grabbed my attention, was Giant Superheroes Battle Super Gorillas. This is probably going to have a few reprints in there, but of previous Justice League storylines. But just thought I'd pick that up. I mean, for £3, I believe that was. Yes, £3. I just wanted to pick that up and have a little bit of fun. And then lastly, but not least, we got Marvel Magazine Group Bizarre Adventures number 27, also for £3. The Secret Life of the X-Men. Picked this one up for my wife Carol. It's one I remember seeing years ago when I was collecting. I don't think I ever had it myself. It's one she hasn't seen, so for £3, it's not in the greatest of condition. It has been very well read. You can see that on the spine and on the cover, but such a brilliant price. She's an X-Men fan. I had a feeling it would probably be one that she hadn't seen, and as I say, she hadn't, so I thought, well, I'll treat her and pick that up. So that's the back issues, I suppose you could call them, old comics that I've sort of picked up recently from various places. And next we have some new comics. So, losing my voice, I'm going to grab those and we'll just have a quick look through some of the new comics and some of the new series that, now that I have a joy of being able to go to a comic shop, I can pick up actually physically. Okay, thank you for the moment, and let's have a look at those new comics. Okay, now we've got some new comics that I've picked up recently, bits and pieces, storylines and series that both have intrigued me and my wife. These have all been purchased again from Nerd Life, comic shop in Hive in Kent. They do have a eBay store and a website, so if you're into comic books, novels, Funko Pops, Pokemon, check them out. Okay, first of all, I will do the wife's comics that I picked up for her. This one, I can't remember if I've actually done that in a previous video. Currently at the moment, Marvel are doing these giant size X-Men ones, looking at, I think, past stories, but from a sort of different perspective maybe. Not something I'm bothered too much about, but it's interested my wife, so I've been collecting those for, picking those up for as they come out. Recently got giant size Dark Phoenix Saga, giant size Age of Apocalypse. Another one that came out fairly recently, X-Men Demons and Deaths. Picked that up for her, and the start of I think it's a 5-part series, Emma Frost, the White Queen. So pick those up for Carol. So put those to one side safely. Recently for myself, they've done over at DC New History of the DC Universe. Saw that, thought I'd pick that up and have a read of that. Maybe catch up on some bits and pieces that maybe DC have been changing within their timeline, get a better idea of any sort of other things that I pick up and what's been happening. I also picked up to read Death of the Silver Surfer. This too, I believe, is a 5-issue series. Not too bad, I think, on the artwork, so I picked that up. I'll probably collect the series and then read it all in one go. Tend to get more enjoyment out of doing it that way than sort of reading them as one a month. So I'll probably just collect that series and then see how that is. They did a giant size Spider-Man recently, so I picked that up. I believe there's a Kevin Smith story in there. Didn't just pick it up just because of Kevin Smith though. I think there's about 3 or 4 different stories, all looked fairly interesting. There was a Mark Buckingham drawn story in there, and the first one is Kevin Smith, Unstable. So yeah, it's just nice after many years of not having a comic shop on hand to literally go in and physically see comics and see if they're worth buying. It's quite nice to be able to do that now, after many years of not being able to get into a store. Then we have the start of the Bring on the Bad Guys. This is a series that they're doing. We've got the first part of that, which is Doom. I think there's about 7 or 8 parts that they're doing for this. So thought I'd pick that up and see how that was going. Again, I'll just save up all the parts and then read that all in one go. Yeah, it'll be quite interesting. Looks, yeah. There we go. So that'll be a future read, and then obviously Superman, obviously coming out, the new movie. So they're doing a lot of bits and pieces over at DC for Superman. Quite intrigued in this series. I think this is about a 4-part series. Crypto, obviously he's a big character in the next movie. So as it's a small run, I thought, yep, I'll pick that up. It looks interesting. It looks like that's going to be quite a bit of fun, that one. So picked that up recently as well for myself. So there we have it. We've got a run there of recent comic books, both for myself and ones that have interested my wife. Yeah. Hopefully you found something of interest. Who knows, there might be something out there that's grabbed your interest and you thought, oh, that looks interesting, I'll try and get a copy of that myself. Thank you very much, and we'll see what else arrives or I find over the next coming week. Thank you. Bye.